Do you remember those goals and resolutions that you told yourself you wanted to achieve at the beginning of this year? Well, guess what? We are more than halfway through 2025 and almost halfway through summer. So it's time to be honest with yourself. Where are you with those goals? Have you been consistent in going after them? Or did you lose discipline and stop? Well, if you're like me, you probably started off strong and then gradually fell off the wagon. Maybe you were good for weeks or even months and then life happened and just threw you off track. And even if this doesn't fully apply to you, whatever your case is, your transformation starts right here in this moment. A popular quote says, "The only real failure is giving up." But what does that mean exactly? It's a very common trend in society with setting big goals. You might be able to relate, but typically people will claim at the very start of the year that they're going to be this entirely new person and set a whole bunch of goals to complete by the end of the year. And then you may see or hear them making progress for about a week or a month. And then maybe life starts to life for them and they aren't making as strong of progress. Then you check back with them weeks or even months later and they are in the same exact spot they started in. And sure, maybe they could have a lot going on at the time, but you don't see them get back up and work at their goals again. And you may hear them say, "Oh, I'll start next month," or "I'll try again next year," and they just end up staying stuck. That right there becomes real failure if nothing's done about it. And I know this is true because I literally went through that this year. I had my list of goals and this vision of this great person that I was going to be by the end of the year. And I knew what I needed to do to reach that and that it took consistency. But as soon as I faced opposition, whether it was school, responsibilities, distractions, and just everything else, I lost my traction and let myself stay stuck. And as time went on, I knew I wasn't living up to my potential, but I just felt so unmotivated to push myself after falling off. This right here is what causes so many people in life to stay stuck and regret the time that they didn't use. If your goal was to lose weight and get your dream physique, and you stop working at it, you probably regret the time that passed that you could have used to achieve exactly that. And that goes for any other goal that requires work to achieve. The best time to work toward the things that you want in life is right now. Because sure, you can wait until Monday or next week, but what good does that even do you? Unless you truly and fully mean it, pushing it off will never help. Because when the day comes, you're brought with two choices. Either you work or you don't. And if you are already choosing to push it off right now, you're only passing time and making it easier to do it again. Even Mike Tyson said it himself.
Care how good you are in anything, you don't have discipline, you ain't nobody.
Right.
You're nothing without discipline. Because you give up under the slightest struggle without discipline. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it.
And after watching so many different motivational videos and reels, I've grown really tired of the "I'm going to lock in" trends. Social media has pushed this idea that the motivation alone is enough, but it's not. And don't get me wrong, motivation is important. It's what should drive you and help you start, but it's not enough. Because the reality of it is that at some point, there's going to be days where you just don't feel like doing the work to hit your goals. And this is when true discipline comes into play. Now for all my Demon Slayer fans out there, take for example the first few episodes in the first season. You have Tanjiro, who was completely fresh into Demon Slayer training, meeting his biggest obstacle at the time, slicing a boulder. And his main motivation that drove him to get stronger in the first place was so that he could save his sister, Nezuko. And there was like no time that he spent for leisure. It was just straight hardcore training and resting. And it's important to emphasize that in that show, this training lasted for 2 whole years. And if you do the math, that means for 730 plus days, Tanjiro did nothing but train. And sure, motivation to save your sister would probably fuel you to push pretty hard. But like all motivation, this will only get you so far. At some point, you're going to get to a point where you really don't want to do what you know you need to. Whether it's because it's hard, it's tedious, boring, or all of the above. And during these times, your true discipline will show. Either you'll choose to do it regardless, or you'll give into your feelings and choose not to. And Tanjiro's discipline is exactly why he is my favorite character in the show. Because time and time again, he chooses to do what's hard in order to grow, get stronger, and fulfill his purpose in protecting his sister. Even later in the show, when his friends are sleeping in or lollygagging, he's making his bed, training, and constantly working at what he can improve. And this is what separates the results of discipline versus motivation. As a matter of fact, currently I may even be where you are right now. Recently, I've been putting off training and even making this video for just about all of June. I kept telling myself, oh, I'll get it done tomorrow, or I'll start strong again on Monday. And the more I did that, the easier it became for me to push it off again. I had the motivation, but I just didn't have the discipline to make myself do it anyway. And now June has passed and it is July. And for this summer, I really wanted to be consistent in training, making content, and reading my Bible. And thankfully, even though quite some time has passed, I still have time to do just that. Which means so do you. So this is your wake-up call to press your foot back on the gas and truly use this summer. Even if you don't feel like it, make yourself do it anyway. Discipline is like a muscle in your mind. In order to grow it, you have to work it. So you have to keep choosing what's hard over what's easy. Besides, the difficulty that you face now will result in the opposite feeling later on. Think about it. If you choose what's hard now, you'll make progress and be proud of how far you've come. But if you choose what's easy now, you'll stay stagnant and regret the time that you will never get back. Ultimately, the choice is yours. Comment down below your goals for the summer or even some encouragement for other people. And drop a like if you enjoyed this video. I wish you all the best. Let's grow together. Peace and God bless, guys.